Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is July 16th, and I'm bringing this to you from the clubhouse of the building that I stay here in Bangalore. I finished a morning workout session, yoga, and meditation, and I'm back here bringing you today's dose of Rashmi from the clubhouse. You can see the pool behind me. And you can also see I am in my Argentina colors. So yesterday was the semifinal, Argentina and England, another great game. And I continue to root for Argentina. Argentina is in the finals now. Now let's go ahead get started for today. So today marks a breakthrough at a few different levels. One, today was the 500-day straight for me meditating to the Miracle of the Mind app. And it coincides with this series as well. So it's been about 500-day old practice now of daily doses of Rashmi that I've been recording. And the series itself is now 500 days old. So that's a big milestone in the series. Along with that, today's dose of Rashmi is something fairly deep. It came about, as usual, from a Sadhguru quote. And the Sadhguru quote went about saying your mind is effectively something that you can use to create poison or use that to create the very elixir of life itself. And the choice is yours. And that is something, the choice is yours is a phrase that I've been using throughout this series. Sadhguru's app is called The Miracle of Mind, and I've been focusing on human and AI collaboration. And lately, I've been focusing on the integrated intelligence organization. So it kind of gave me an insight that what I'm talking about here is almost the miracle of the AI that and the choice is ours on what we do with AI. And with that, let's get into today's dose of Rashmi. So today's dose of Rashmi is a logical intellect-led organization is a vehicle to create return for investment and efficiently execute towards that for the investors and the shareholders. An integrated intelligence organization, on the other hand, is the vehicle for the aligned action for the team towards what they collectively care for. So lately, I have just been framing the Dose of Rashmi as an integrated intelligence organization and what it does. Today, I've gone back to the format that was there at the start of the series, where I would draw the contrast between intellect and what I've been calling wisdom. And I had made a deliberate choice that we've talked about limitations of intellect enough. So we will just focus on defining what the integrated intelligence organization can do over the last month or so. However, what struck me is while we have talked at length about the limitations of logical intellect alone, we have not necessarily talked a whole lot about the limitations of when an organization is completely led only by logical intellect. So that is why I'm bringing back this format where we'll draw the contrast between how a logical intellect led organization operates and how an integrated intellect led organization operates. And the real potential that I see with AI is, so as I've talked about before, AI is a logical mind on steroids. It is a logical mind that is far more capable than anything that any of us humans are going to be able to do. From that perspective, I get all the hype about super intelligence, AGI, etc. However, it is one dimension of our intelligence, and it is just like at individual level. It is time we humans got in touch with our integrated intelligence, which is what this series has been about. It is time that we started running organizations using the integrated intelligence model. And that is what we have been focused on with the integrated intelligence organization. And if we do that, then whatever I'm saying through this series opens up whole new possibilities. It is not tweaks to the existing operating model of organization. It is a whole new paradigm of how we work. And that is the miracle that we can create using AI. The choice is ours. We can either use AI to continue efficiently optimizing everything within the standard existing operating model, and in the process effectively create mass unemployment while creating extreme abundance for the top tier of the society, or we can create shared prosperity for all. And examining this from the three-layer organizational Rashmi identity attention architecture. So at layer one, how the organization is going to approach AI, it is an existential threat. And at layer two, the organization approaches AI as okay, furthering the growth objectives, and it is great from that perspective. However, the growth objective is typically tied to returning investment for shareholders and investors and returning profitability. Nothing wrong with that, and AI is wonderful as an instrument to do that. However, what is happening in that process is that these organizations are, of course, eliminating the jobs that humans are doing because AI is better at many of those jobs. It's creating new jobs for humans, just like it has happened with every technology transition. However, that is creating a race for constantly being reskilled for humans. And for most humans, they are missing out on life in the process itself. And that is where we have the opportunity to create a fundamentally different operating model with AI. Let AI do the efficient execution and use AI as what I've been calling a create a conscious grid where AI is the new electricity. And on top of that, let humans do what is uniquely human, what is uniquely human for each one of us, and let humans perform the aligned action and lead AI to efficiently execute towards that. That will ensure profitability as well as it will ensure that humans are just getting to experience life to the fullest and not in a race of constantly skilling themselves. And that is what I've been calling going from a friction economy to regenerative outcome economy. I can see how we will get there. We are demonstrating the blueprint for what an organization like that will look like through the RASHMI.ai, and we are building an ecosystem for how organizations which are operating as integrated intelligence organizations come together to create an integrated intelligence ecosystem through seeds. So stay tuned for more on that. Thank you.